Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the Eachine DVR03, and this is a pretty cool product. It's pretty similar to the VTX03, but it adds a DVR function to it, and so that's why it looks a little bit bigger than the VTX03. And let me just give you an idea of what they've miniaturized in here. This SD card doesn't come with it, but I put a little SD card in there in that slot where the DVR is recording video, and essentially that DVR is the same as the one that's in here, this Eachine Pro DVR. So they've miniaturized this into the front part of this whole unit here by the camera. So it's quite a feat of engineering. So the DVR03 is sort of an evolution of these sort of all-in-one FPV systems, and basically they've taken the Eachine TX03 and they've just added the DVR functionality. So let me just go over all the features. So what you got here is you have a 520 TV line micro camera in the front here, and this camera is in the front along with the DVR. And then this backboard here looks like they have the buttons for the DVR. You got a microphone, and you have your indicator light here for your bands, channel, and power setting. And then you have a button here for changing your bands and channels and power settings. And you got this cord here for power, and that's a 1.25 millimeter pitch JST connector. And I'll plug in a battery here shortly. And you got a circular polarized antenna on top. So let me just give you some quick measurements. Comes in at 29.2 millimeters wide, 18.2 tall, and then this section here is about 10.4, and then with the camera lens it's about 17. Get a quick weight measurement, and comes in at about 7.8 grams, so it's a bit on the heavy side. Definitely don't want to be putting this on a tiny whoop. And then here's a comparison next to, this is a TX02. You see that the DVR03 is quite a bit larger. So this is power switchable from 0, 25, 50, and 200 milliwatts. Go ahead and I'll plug this in and show you how to change your settings. So it's indicating here the band and the channel. It's on band F, channel 7, and has a power. The power rating there is, so there's a little line there in the middle, and I think that means it's at 50 milliwatts. So let me just go through these settings here. Basically, to change your channel, you just short press the button like this, and go to the next channel. And then if you want to change your band, you hold down the button until it starts flashing the letter, like that. Then you can change your band. Go to F, R. There's a bunch of bands in this one because there's 72 possible channels. L, H, A. And we'll go back to F. So we're in F8 right now. And I'm going to change the channel back to 7, which is what I like to use. And then to change your power, you hold the button down until these little dashes flash on the screen. Right there. So you change your power there by then clicking. So you have 2 lines, 3 lines, 0 lines. So that's off. And then press it again for 1. That's 25 milliwatts there. I'm going to leave it there. So let me show you what's being transmitted from the camera. It also shows the DVR. So when you plug in the power to this DVR03, it automatically starts recording. As you can see here, that it's been recording for the last 1 minute and 47 seconds. And to stop the recording, you press this middle button. So there's button 1, 2, and 3 plus button 2, and then it'll stop the recording. So I'll show you that. You can see that it goes from red to white and it stopped recording. And then if you want to start the recording again, you just press the button again. And then it'll start a new recording. Okay, I'll go and stop that. And then if you want to go into the menu, you long press this middle button. And then you get this menu here. And this pretty much functions exactly the same as the Pro DVR. You just use these buttons to navigate the menu up and down. So the top button is up and the bottom button goes down, and then the middle is selection. To get out of the menu, you just long press the button again to get out. So you can see here, I want to show you that as I'm moving the camera around here, there's not much latency when it's not recording. So you can see as I'm moving it around, you can see that it's fairly smooth in the what you see on the screen. But as soon as I start the recording, you can see that there's a bit of a latency there. Do you see that? It's not as smooth. So I'm kind of curious how this will affect flying. It might be something I might be able to get used to, or it might bother me a lot. I'm not going to really know until I actually try it. Show you guys a quick overview of the documentation that comes with it. Like I said, 72 channels, a lot of extra bands there, and it has basic instructions on how to use the DVR function. The recorded resolution of the video file is going to be 1280 by 720, so or 720p at 30 frames per second. And you can also take photos in JPEG format. Over here shows you the power consumption based on how much, which your milliwatt setting is at. And then this is what the input power, 3.2 to 5.5 volts. I was using a 1S battery there to power it on. And over here is your frequency and band channel chart. And then your instructions on how to get into the DVR to do recording and also video playback as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and record some sample video here in some different lighting conditions, good lighting conditions, and also in some dark lighting conditions, because I've heard that the low light performance of the camera isn't so great. So I'm going to be testing that out, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so I threw the DVR03 on one of my tiny whoops here, and it's actually it does fly, but it's not really that. It doesn't really fly that well. I'm just going to put it on here just for demonstration purposes. It's kind of cloudy, rainy outside, so we'll get some low light performance here in terms of like the video sample. And yeah, this thing weighs 33 grams. This is one of these micro F3 brush boards, and I've got a FlySky FS-A8S receiver in the back there for my Turnigy Evolution, and I'm using one of these JST PH connectors so I can use one of the upgraded batteries. That's pretty much the only way you can get this to fly, because it weighs 33 grams with the battery, so it's pretty heavy. But I'll be able to get some video, so let's see how this goes. Okay guys, so I did my best to fly this outside in some wind, and it's just not a flyable thing in these kind of windy conditions. But I just wanted to give you guys some sunlight conditions in the video, and I think that it looks pretty good in partly cloudy and sunny conditions. And even in cloudy conditions, as long as the light's consistent, the video is pretty good. It's just that when it transitions from light to dark, it has problems. It's very slow in the transition. And the other thing is the latency. When you're recording video, the latency is pretty bad. It's flyable, but you got to fly slow, and you can't be going through any kind of object or anything like that. You're just going to be hitting things. If they could improve that somehow in the future version, where they just send the video signal through without without seeing the recording screen, I think that would be useful. If they could put a setting in there where you could actually switch over. That way you wouldn't experience the latency, but you can still record. And then the other thing is, maybe come up with a new version where they can even make this smaller, although it's already pretty damn small for what you get. Smaller and lighter, obviously. Then you can fly these on tiny whips. Right now, and outside in wind, you can't do that, but maybe with some a lighter version, you could. Indoors, I could fly it around a little bit with no wind. It's just that it was very sluggish and not that easy to control. Anyway, guys, let me know if you guys have any suggestions on a future video, if you have any questions about this particular product or if anything else you want to see about it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.